Hey everyone. Today we're going to draw these cute little cherries that anyone can do, and they're perfect if you're short on time, and make a cute little sticker for summertime. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and go to gallery and get ourselves a new canvas. I'm going to go to the plus sign up here. Now I'm going to use a larger size file because I may do something else with this. But you can use 1000 by 1000 or 2000 by 2000. That's perfectly big enough to make a sticker. I'm going to go with 3500 by 4000 just because that's the canvas I almost always use. So we're going to start with the monoline under calligraphy, just because it's a brush that comes with Procreate and everyone should have access to it. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and draw. Oh, let's step back. I've got a black selected, and let's see how big my pencil is. That'll be fine. So I'm at about 20%, and my opacity is all the way up. So I'm just gonna sketch out two cherries. And I'm going to use the snapping tool. I'm just going to make a little curve, my cherry, and then I'm going to add another cherry right next to it. Perfect. And I'm going to do a little different. Oh, sometimes when you do a snapping tool, it'll turn to a straight line. So I'm going to take it back off and just use my curve. So once you've got your cherries, we're going to go ahead and draw just some simple stems. It's just a curve. And once again, symmetry tool is like, no ma'am. And I'm going to do a curve at the top. Then also it's going to turn it into a line. So I'm obviously using undo a lot for this guy. And then another curve. And I'm just going to make sure these are connected so we're able to drag and drop our colors. And one more curve. Actually, let me go down a bit. I want to go actually into where I've put this divot. And one more. Okay. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. And let's just give these cherries a little stem. So we're just making most an oval shape or kind of a lemon shape. And there we go. And so we've already got our basic shape of our cherries. So right now, I'm just going to go in with my eraser tool and make sure it's a smaller size. I'm just going to zoom in and take out the cherry so the stem lays over the top. If that makes sense. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little circle around my cherries. Now this is completely optional. I just, for some reason, decided to go with a circle. Oh, that is not going to behave. Alright, let's go ahead and undo that circle, and let's put it on another layer so we can move it if we need to. Because I want my cherries in the middle. And my circle was a little lopsided. Let's see. It looks better. I'm going to go ahead and pinch these to put them together. Well, going to try to pinch them. There. that doesn't fail, if that doesn't work, you can go ahead and merge down when you have layers you want to put together. I think sometimes because I have fingernails, it doesn't work quite as well. Okay, so we've already got our line art ready to go. Let's see. I'm notorious for not getting all my lines filled in, but let's go ahead and set this line art as a reference and see if we can add a new layer under our line art and drag and drop some of these colors. So I'm just going to pick a darker or bright cherry red. Let's see. Looks a little too orange. Because I haven't picked out a palette ahead of time, so just going with it. Let's see. That one's much better. More time. And I'm just going to zoom in and get these little areas. Awesome. Perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another new layer and start my stem. I'm going to start with a light green and drag, drop, drag, drop, drag, drop. Perfect. And then let's see if my circle is going to color everything or if it's going to do what I want it to do. I want it in the back. And let's get us a bright blue. Perfect. So we've got our base colors laid down. So on the original, I didn't draw a face, but if we want to be super cute, we can draw these cherries a little face and make them quite adorable. Let's zoom in. And I don't like the monoliner for eyes. So let's go to, and we can just go to sketching, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm just going to go with my 6B pencil. I think it kind of does a little bit the same as the monoliner, but just draw a couple little eyes. These might be too high up. We'll see in just a second. And a little face. Or let's go a little further down. Give that little guy a face. This one has further apart eyes. Mouth's a little too big. Okay. We can do one of those options. Or you can leave your cherry with no little face at all. But since we've added a face, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can put some cheeks that will show up on this little guy. Let's go ahead and make our pencil a little bigger. Those cheeks are almost too light. I was afraid of not standing out with the red. Alright, let's try. I don't know about you guys, but my cherries are looking a little like tomatoes, I think. Okay, now let's go ahead and start doing some shading. So I'm just going to go above my cherries and I am going to pick, let's see, let's try a darker red and see if we like that or if we want more of a grayish purple shadow. On my original, I did a gray purple shadow, but I also did some red as well. So let's just pick our color and just go a bit deeper. And you can, if you're using the basic set, you can use airbrush with a soft brush. Oops. And just turn it down a little. Let's see what the 6% looks like. And I'm just going in and adding some shadows. And right here in this area where it's a little thick, I'm going to take my smudge and see if I can just fix that up a bit. And I'm just pushing my lighter red up into the shadows I created to help smooth them out and make it look a little more natural. That looks good. All right, I'm going to go back to my brush. And I'm going to do the same for my other little cherry. I don't know what just happened here. So let's go ahead. And let's see. Pretend my light is on this side. Now, in my original, I didn't use a black outline for the cherries. I used the red and the green respectively. So this one is going to look a little bit different, but you pick the color that you like the best. And I'm just going to go in and smudge again. I'm going to undo that one just a little. I think I took out too much dark. Okay. You can get carried away a little with the smudge tool, so careful. And let's see how our smudge works for a little shadow underneath these little cherries. I'm gonna turn it, my size down just a little bit more, and just so I can make my cherries kind of look like they're not sitting flat on the background. So let's see right here. Smudge this as well. Let's see. You're so cute. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna add a little, my shadow going back up a little. Actually, I think. And smudge again. If you hold down the smudge, it'll go to your current brush. And you may have to play a little bit, print these out, see if it muddied up the area too much or if it looks just right. Alright, I'm going to call it good with those or I'll keep playing with it. So let's go up to our stem and add some shadows to them. Now I went in with a darker green on my stems in my previous drawing, which is perfectly fine to do as well, but this time I'm just going to go in and do the darker green as a shadow. Make sure I'm on my new layer, and for this one, let's go ahead and put on a clipping mask and see what that looks like for us. Okay. And make sure you bring your, actually, let's leave it down, and I'm just going to go and do a detail of the the leaves, just the veins, and then let's go take it back up. And I'm just going to go on the outsides of the leaf. And then where it makes sense, the leaf would be darker. And remember, these are cute. These are fun. It's not so serious. So if it doesn't make sense 100% in reality, that's okay. That's okay. We're having fun. All right, I like that quite a lot. I'm going to go up an additional layer and just give some more shadow underneath my stems. Not sure if I'm going to do it in this dark green, so looks like it should be fine. And just go right under here. Okay. Yeah. Go under my little cherry tomato again. No. My cherry tomato. Yeah. Did you guys hear that? It's a cherry, not a cherry tomato. Alright, I'm going to knock down the opacity a little. And I'm just kind of making small circles with my smudge tool. Just because I don't want to overwhelm it. And I'm actually going to take that. Tone it down a notch. I don't want it too gray up in between my little cherries. Let's see. Still looks a little more. You know what? I'm just going to... Wrong button. Let's just erase. Let's see. It's too dark right there, and I'm not sure. It might be on this layer here. Oh my goodness. No. No, no. Sometimes you just need to leave it alone. Leave it alone. But I do think I want some lighter blue in there. So I'm going to go back to our blue. And because this is trying me a little, whoops. There. That's better. It was easier than fighting. Okay. Now I'm going to come back up. Well, probably helps if you're on the right layer. I'm going to come back up to the green. And just go over here one more time. It looks like there. I wanted it to have a little more shadow up top and under this leaf, where a shadow should naturally be. Cute. Okay, guys, so we are getting close. If you want, let's pick some white. And we can go back to our monoliner for this. That works fine. Whoops. And just make sure you have it quite tiny. What am I at? I've got it at 4%. We'll see if we need to adjust. I'm going to go up above the cheeks. Actually, let's smudge these cheeks out. While we're here, let's see, just out of curiosity. Too much. Too much. I see you have a monoliner brush. No, let's just smudge with, let's try this blotchy brush. So, you can have different types of cheeks. These are a little bit more subtle. I don't know, I kind of like these. I'm going to leave it with those. Go back up to make a new layer. Let's get our bright white so we can add a couple of highlights. So our light's coming from over here. So I'm just, and that's the highlight I normally do with my cherries, or with my art. You guys could make it just about anything, however you wanted to highlight it. We could do a little dot in the eyes. Boop. Ah, that one's a little off. It's a tiny. There we go. And we could go up here to our stem. Add a little bit. They're so tiny, they're hard to see on the camera. And you guys, you could stop right there and should be all done. You can go over here and share, and you can export as a PNG, and then you can save it to your images, wherever you'd like to save it. I'm actually going to save mine to my drive real quick. And I'm just going to name this little one Cute Cherries. Are there two E's or two R's in cherries? I'm not sure. And I'm just going to save it and upload it. That's how you get it to your drive. Okay. And you can also, totally going to have to resave that because I forgot to turn off the background. So, you would just do that same step again. I won't do that and waste your guys' time right now. What I was going to say, you can also create a new layer, create a clipping mask, and if you have any patterns you enjoy, some of the elements, these are the basic brushes. Where am I at? I'm under materials. Why not? Let's just give it a shot. I'm going to leave it white for the moment, and let's just see what we get. Okay. Now my shadows are looking kind of funky up in there. So I would probably want to deal with that. Let's see. Oops. I'm just too impatient to go change that little. It's almost like the brush snapping. I'm not. They said there is a term, and You could do that. That's kind of cute. I kind of like it. Let me take that one off. Yeah, gonna have to do both of those now. 'Cause I'm a pain. Let me fix that up real quick. 'Cause that. But you see how the brush almost like rolls in on itself? That's why, and it's like almost like a snapping, or that's a setting that can be adjusted in like brush details. But anywho, let's go back to our blue. Turn off that clipping mask I made. Let's make another new layer. And let's see what else we can play with. We'll pick our blue, and then let's just go down a color. What else do we have in the brushes that come with it? No, those don't sound very exciting. Let's look under vintage. We have this fever. Oh, we have disco. We have flower power. Let's see what this disco is about. I'm gonna make it quite big. So that kind of just adds like a grungy look. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. For this piece. Look, I'm gonna have to go fix all that up later, guys. Okay. But this is just, how you can quickly get some texture into your drawing. Let's go with this Rusted Decay, but with like the bright white and see what we get. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of white. Let's take it down. Look at these fun variations you can do. And these are, I'm going to just bring up my brush size because I'm trying to be quick. It almost looks like they're sitting on clouds. That's cute. That's cute. And you have all these fun textures you can just go in and play with. Just, keep creating layers, and then you can turn them on and then turn it to a clipping mask, and you can turn it on and off. You can do different colors. Let's pick the green. Why not? Let's see. What is this? Concrete block. Oh, that's way too much. Okay. Stone wall. Too much, too much. It's the color. Change it. Let's take down the opacity. And that's just a very subtle stone wall, guys. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it at that, but you can clearly see you can play around with these different texture brushes and backgrounds all day long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what I can do to, improve these videos, and what you'd like to see. What should we draw next, guys? And if you enjoyed it, make sure you follow along, like, and subscribe for more sticker design ideas. Bye, guys. Have a great day.